The last phone call. Emily had always enjoyed her job as a night shift operator for a small rural police station. The calls were rarely urgent, and the quiet, isolated station gave her a sense of calm. But on one particularly stormy night, everything changed. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows as Emily sat at her desk sipping her coffee. The power flickered intermittently, but the lights remained on. Just as she was settling in with a book, the phone rang, piercing the stillness. Emily answered, expecting a routine complaint or check-in. 911, what's your emergency? She said, trying to sound as calm as possible. A shaky voice on the other end responded, Help me. They're coming for me. Emily's heart skipped a beat. Who's coming for you? She asked. Her voice steadied despite the growing sense of dread. There's no time. They're already here. Please, I'm at the old Miller farmhouse on the outskirts of town. You have to help me. The call disconnected abruptly. Emily's stomach churned. The Miller farmhouse had been abandoned for years, a place of local legends and forgotten stories. Without hesitation, she grabbed her flashlight and keys, determined to check it out. The storm had intensified by the time she arrived at the decrepit farmhouse. The rain lashed against her car as she approached the front door, which creaked open with an ominous groan. Emily stepped inside, her flashlight cutting through the darkness. The house was eerily silent, save for the sound of the storm outside. As she moved through the dusty, cobweb-covered rooms, she noticed something unsettling. The walls were covered in strange, scratch marks, as if something or someone had tried to claw their way out. She reached the living room and spotted a blood-stained sofa with a broken lamp. The faint scent of decay hung in the air. Emily's flashlight flickered, revealing more scratch marks leading down a narrow hallway. Her footsteps echoed as she followed the trail, her heartbeat quickening. At the end of the hallway was a door, slightly ajar. Emily pushed it open and found herself in a small room with a single, old-fashioned telephone on a dusty table. The phone was off the hook, and the line was dead. She approached the table and noticed something horrifying. The old phone had been recently used. A single, handwritten note was placed next to it. Emily picked it up and read the message, her blood running cold. Thank you for answering. Now they know you're here. A sudden cold draft swept through the room, and Emily felt a chilling presence behind her. She spun around, but the room was empty. Panic set in, and she raced back through the house, desperately trying to escape. As she reached the front door, it slammed shut with a thunderous bang. Emily's flashlight flickered one last time before going out. In the pitch darkness, she heard whispers surrounding her, growing louder and more insistent. Shadows seemed to move, taking shape and closing in. The whispers became deafening, and Emily felt icy hands grasping at her. Her screams were swallowed by the storm outside. When dawn broke, the farmhouse was silent once more. Emily was never found. The only evidence of her presence was the old phone in the abandoned house, still off the hook. And if you listen closely to that phone, you might hear a faint, panicked voice, pleading for help, echoing through the darkness, just like the last phone call Emily received. To this day, locals avoid the Miller farmhouse, and the story of Emily's disappearance is told as a chilling reminder of what happens when you answer a call from the darkness.